Okay, so, hey y'all. It is time for another reading. And as usual, I'm going to start off with an oracle message to figure out what this reading is about. See what it is that needs to be said. Well, I'm not finished shuffling. Okay, that's a good note. Somebody's at a really high time in their life. Things are really going somebody's way. Just need one more card to fall out of the oracle. That'll do it. Okay, so I have happy, regeneration, and a fork in the road. So, I feel like someone's in like a really happy, like celebratory time in their life. And I feel like it's come from this regeneration after a fork in the road. After having to make some kind of decision. I'm not sure what kind of decision yet, but after making some kind of decision, somebody's like in a really happy, content time in their life, which is great. Good for you. And let's see what this is about. I hate taking so many at one time. But alright. Okay. So. Alright, so you got the Five of Wands. Sorry. The Eight of Cups. And Eight of Cups in reverse. The Four of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. The Ten of Wands in reverse. And the Nine of Cups. Okay, so I feel like someone had to choose between a toxic situation and a fulfillment of some kind with the Nine of Cups, but I feel like maybe the fork in the road has something to do with money, like finances. Either like feeling like you don't have enough, and feeling like you have to like harbor it, have to like crowd over it, have to like, be overprotective of your possessions. Or maybe you've had to get away from something like that. Okay, so High Priestess in reverse. So an indecision or something that you don't know, something that you just don't know of. And the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So Page of Pentacles is usually, it's like it's something tangible, but like pages are like immature or just like minimal energies, just like not a lot. So if this was like a person, a Page of Pentacles, if this was like a person, it'd be like them having very little to offer you, or like you just getting very little out of a situation, or getting like the short end of the stick. And if you're having money troubles, then obviously you got the short end of something. Okay, the Hierophant. Okay, so the Hierophant and the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like maybe this was involving, okay, alright, that makes more sense now. Okay, the Two of Wands in reverse also. The Four of Swords. The Hierophant. The Ten of Pentacles. So, I feel like, this was in regards to what you wanted in life. Like maybe you just felt like you weren't getting what you wanted. You put in work, you built your foundations, you know, maybe you, I don't want to say it's like too stingy, but like maybe you thought you took all the precautions that you needed to with your money, and it seemed like you were still coming up short. You're still coming up short on something. And it just didn't, it felt, you know, you felt like you were doing everything right and you weren't getting your due justice out of it. But the Two of Wands, this card to me feels like someone that's like in a sticky situation, but like maybe they've just been in that situation for so long that they're comfortable in it. Like you see how he's clearly tied to both posts. He can't go anywhere, but like instead of him thrashing about, like he's not even trying to get away from it. He's just admiring the bird. And I feel like it, like maybe you just stopped trying to get out of whatever this was. Like you stopped trying to figure out how to do it. Maybe you'd given up on it. You know, you defended, you were in a defensive mode. You'd given up how to get out of this situation. You'd given up the fact that you couldn't, your wishes weren't really getting where it needed to be. And you just kind of became defensive. You just wanted to protect yourself at all costs. Yeah. The Nine of Wands. On guard. Just at the ready. Maybe, you know, not texting people back. Not, just kind of being a loner. Like, you know, like super asocial. Just, you know, just disregarding everybody. Leaving behind all your relationships and things. Like, you know, maybe a really dark moment, like you just giving up. You just giving up and you know, did what you could, and now you're just guarded, or were just guarded. You got the Strength card. Something I guess something put a fire in you. Whatever it was, like you might have isolated yourself or kept yourself from actually really connecting with people, but maybe you didn't show it. Like, people didn't just obviously know that you were going through something and something was off. Let's see what this was. Oh, the tower. Okay. So, you came out of it. Whatever this was, there was a catalyst. You had a tower. And that's where the regeneration come from. There was a lesson that was learned in all this. I don't know if this is... I mean, there's not very many cups here, so I don't really think that it's about a relationship. Could very well be, but I don't exactly feel that. It feels more so financial to me. But yeah, maybe that was a lesson you had to learn. Maybe about money management. Maybe, I mean, maybe you needed to learn how to build things in a fiscally responsible way. Maybe you feel like, you know, there's a lack of resources or a fear of a lack of resources. Tradition. So maybe you like couldn't turn to family or something. Or actually, maybe family helped get you out of it. Maybe family is what helped you get through the tower. What brought you out of the tower. Okay, the Four of Bows, which I feel is more like the Four of Wands, actually. Yeah, okay. Because you have this Four of Wands in reverse from before you went into the tower, before the tower moment, before, you know, while you were still putting on whatever facade or front for everyone to make them think that you were okay. And then you have this tower that I feel like maybe family, maybe you live far from family. Maybe you had a phone call with someone close to you, or maybe something reminded you of home and it helped pull you out of this tower. And which, of course, any time after a tower is, you know, a cause for celebration. Lessons learned are always a cause for celebration. And then you have the Page of Cups here. Okay. I feel like it's, like you steadily came back to yourself, or you're on your way there. Coming out of whatever this was. I feel like I need to read the book to figure out. I feel like there's another message behind the otter that I need to actually pull out the book and read. And with no cards coming out, as much as I keep shuffling, I feel like that is, yeah, okay. I'm fixing to see exactly what this otter here is about. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Um. So, okay, yeah, getting back to yourself slowly but surely, learning to trust, serving with love, contemplating things with a considerate heart, meditation, forgiveness, a blessing, stories that support the soul, conflict resolution. Okay. So yeah, I feel like this is like you're getting back to a positive perspective of things, seeing things in a brighter light again. Because you can't see things in a dark light and be happy. Okay. Alright, the Ten of Stones, which is like the Ten of Pentacles, having it all. The Ace of Vessels, like the Ace of Cups, having it all, like an abundance, just a flow of filling your cup, so much so that it's, it's running over. Seven of Stones, healing, which would be, an extension of the Otter. Nine of Bows, respect. That is a very scary looking man. Yeah, I feel like you've done the work, gotten through this tower here. You've learned your lesson. Learned whatever lesson there was to be learned about, I guess, how to manage your money. Somehow or another, you've gotten a second chance. Whether this be a form of some unexpected money or just something unexpected that's help to pull you out of this rut. It's helped you make new decisions in your life. It's helped you, leave the old behind, your old ways of thinking, your old ways of handling your money behind. Okay. This is a bizarre reading. I ain't getting any more cards, I'll go ahead and draw an oracle card. I guess I could see this too as being like a relationship that someone wanted to hold on to. Or maybe one that someone had to leave for themselves. Alright, oracle cards. Maybe it felt like as much as you tried to keep something together, it still wasn't coming up as the way you wanted it to, or the way you felt like it should have. To the sea. Okay. And this could be someone that's on their way to regeneration and on their way to their happy, but they're still at the fork in the road. Maybe they're not really sure which way to choose just yet. Maybe it's not clear yet. It's not clear how they get to this celebration. There might be family in the way. I don't know. Okay. To the sea. Being in flow and recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. The Oracle's message. Isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. Relationship message. There are points in a relationship when you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Okay, so maybe this could be in regards to like letting go of control. Maybe there's a control issue, whereas you feel like you've got to know everything, what's now, what's next, what's later, what's this, what's that, what's going on with this, why is this happening this way, and it makes you stay in your head about it a lot. Anyhow, can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the relationship, steer the ship? Okay. Can you both transcend your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now's the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads. Prosperity message. Everything seems to work out when you stop scrambling and allow the sea of opportunities to wash over you and wake you up to your most prosperous potential. To get into that flow, you need to address your beliefs about abundance and money. Okay. The Hierophant is also about beliefs. What you believe in, what's or it can be like what's traditional. It can be religion. It can be like social order, societal norms. But I guess in this case, it would be your beliefs. Okay. Alright, Vanessa, where are we at here? Okay. Stop scrambling, allow the sea of opportunities wash over you and wake up to your most prosperous. To get into that flow, you need to address your beliefs about abundance and money. Okay, so you need to address what it is you think you know about how to handle your coins. Maybe that's what you learned in this tower already. Maybe that's already happened. But if not, I guess that's something they could be telling you to do. You need to address how you believe you're supposed to handle your junk and reassess that. The true meaning of your personal currency lies in your skills, your talents, and abilities, and most important, your core beliefs. Everything flows from your inner world and is reflected in the outer one. When grateful to serve, you align your prosperity consciousness with a higher consciousness. You can expect miracles. Everything you need will come to you easily. Protection message. When external conditions appear to block every attempt to move forward, where's he at? Being stuck in a rut. There's no hidden message for you to decipher. Like the ocean, the tides of experience ebb and flow. You are in a natural cycle, so know that things will flow again in due course. There is no cause for alarm. Stop resisting and fighting against the situation and learn to flow, even when the tide is going out. Relax and trust in the abundance that will soon be within your reach again. An ancient mariner's saying applies to you now. When fishermen cannot go to sea, they stay home and repair their nets. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Y'all, I'm kind of tired. And I'm not really in my best energy right this minute. Sorry. Anywho. Okay, for Moonology, the answers you need are coming. Right now, you need to guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. The issue you're facing could be one or a few conversations away from being resolved. If you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting might be called for. If you're in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message, least said, soonest mended. It's good to talk, but be careful you aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power. Additional meanings for this card. You need to laugh off this situation and just move on. Job applications have good prospects. Okay. Okay, I don't know why my energy feels so low in this reading. This all feels so jumbled. I might do another reading tonight because this one just, I don't know. I just feel so mad blah doing this one. I don't know. Maybe this is whoever this message is for. Maybe this is your energy. Because I just really feel like blah right now. And I did not feel like this before I come out here. So I don't know if y'all maybe need to meditate or, just like go with the flow. Laugh it off and move on. Chill out a little bit or something, because this don't feel good. I feel so out of sync. Anywho, okay, so I'm gonna do another reading, a totally separate reading, because yeah, I got to shake that off real quick. That was super uncomfortable. Jeez. Yeah, some of y'all are going through some really hard junk right now concerning some money. I don't know if it's like got y'all super duper depressed or something. But all I know is that it's hard to think clear if your emotions are all in disarray. It's hard to form a solution for your issues if you're all like, woe is me. And maybe that's something, I don't know. Like, maybe y'all just really need to check your emotions. Because, wow. Seems like, I don't know if y'all have had, like, some sleepless nights over money and over, having some financial issues. I don't know if it's causing y'all some sleepless nights or if it's making y'all restless or something. But that just feels like, that feels so unsettling. Like, so unsettling. Jeez. Yeah, that's like an uncomfortability I hadn't felt in a long ass time about my own junk. But that was, I don't know, because I didn't feel like that before I come out here. And I feel like that, for whoever that reading was for, that blah and mad, just kind of maybe depressed kind of thing. Oh, jeez. I'm finna go get some more sage, because I gotta clear that out. Okay, so I plan to do one more reading before I go to bed, especially since that one was so macabre, I feel, and like just really, I don't know, I didn't like the way that felt. That just felt really like low, super low. So I'm gonna do another reading real quick before I go to bed. But I'm just gonna burn some more sage real quick and try to clear that energy, because, jeez, that felt kind of heavy. Yeah, y'all need to probably like get your finances looked at. If you need a financial advisor, talk to somebody at your bank or something. Because if it's so bad that you're having like sleepless nights and stuff like that, or you're feeling depressed, that's yeah, that's tough. That's like really tough. That's like really, really tough. Alright, okay, so, shaking that off, let's do another quick reading. I say quick and then they end up being 20-30 minutes, but maybe this one will have a lighter note, because that just, anyways, moving forward. Okay. Time for a nap. Yeah, that's exactly how I was feeling. Okay. So, we have Unfinished Symphony, Time for a Nap, By the Book, and Flexible. Okay. I feel like you're somebody's being asked to something that somebody's trying to bring to an end. I feel like this is really saying it's definitely time to end it, and to do it with like the right way in mind. That's coming off so wrong. I don't exactly know what I'm trying to say. Like, do it so that there's no hard feelings in the end of it. Something has like completely exhausted you. Something has exhausted you. It's time for some rest and relaxation. You're at your wit's end. But there's something about this closure, something about the closure that you're coming to. I think it's asking you to keep in mind the other person's feelings, to keep them the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. So, the Knight of Pentacles usually is bringing something tangible. Okay. Okay, so maybe this is... Okay, so, alright. The Four of Swords and the Death card. I feel like you're bringing like a defensive situation to an end. And honestly, I feel like you may be the person that's defensive. Huh. Okay. But it's bringing something to an end. Something that someone felt stuck in. Get some cards from this deck. Okay, so you may have felt like, I don't know, have you ever just like been in a relationship with somebody and like all y'all did was fight, and it was mostly because you didn't really like them anyway? Like you were there, but you didn't want to be, and like all y'all did was fight, but it's really just because y'all never really liked each other in the first place. Or like maybe y'all did, but at this point like y'all don't anymore, so all y'all do is fight. That's just like all there is to it. That's what it seems like. And for some reason or another, like maybe you or they, like, feel free to switch the roles around. I mean, this is energy. It's not exactly super specific. Yeah, I feel like that's what it is. Like maybe there was a bunch of just defensiveness, and like she's standing her ground. She's got her shield up. She's defensive. Still defensive. Like, feeling a need to protect themselves. Feeling a need to, you know, she wants to protect herself. Okay, got a breath of life. So I feel like, honestly, I feel like this is basically saying, it's telling somebody that's in like a relationship like that, because that is toxic, just to be with somebody for familiarity, even though like y'all really don't like each other. I think it's saying it's really telling you to just close that chapter. It's time to rest. Like, put it up. Stick it in the shoebox. Put it in the closet. Well, no. Do away with the shoebox. Just, you know, get away from it completely. Start something new. Oh, that flew out. Okay. 6 of bows. Abundance. 10 of stones. Home. 9 of bows. Respect. So I feel like I honestly feel like those are things that we're missing. Ooh. That sounds like a really tense household, man. Just like having, I don't know, that sounds like a really tense household. Like, no respect. You're not really getting what you want out of it. And it's not home. It's just somewhere you live at. This is somewhere you live. Somewhere familiar. But it's not home. You don't go there and just feel all cozy and warm and, you know, loved and whatnot. Not saying that whoever this person is, there's no love there. But it's just not, there's not an abundance of that love. There's not very much life in that love. You see how the arrow, like arrows, when they leave that bow, they're full of life. They just bring life, you know, the catalyst. You see how this arrow is just kind of rushing up out of there into the void. Like, I feel like that's what this is. There's not really much of, there's not much breath of life in the house. Like, always bickering, fighting, something. Yeah, alright. That's a lot. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so look at how this came out. Okay. So, how come joy and generosity, out of all the other 3 cards, joy and generosity are the ones that came out upside down? Even though I try not to take reversals in this deck. And rest. Rest came out upside down too. I try not to take reversals in this deck because I feel like there's enough negative cards in the deck to use for negative messages. But I feel like I should take these reverse. Okay, so the 3 of vessels. I'm going to take this in reverse. Just because I strongly feel like that's what I'm supposed to do here. The 9 of vessels in reverse. Generosity. None of that around there. The hell are y'all fighting over? The Ace of vessels. Okay, so you like, what you have had an abundance of is whatever the hell y'all are fighting about. Like, y'all have an overabundance of fighting. Okay, 4 of arrows. Rest. Ain't getting none of that. None of that. And the Queen of Vessels. Okay, so slippery. That's the word that keeps coming to me. Slippery. So yeah, like maybe you have to maybe you find yourself tiptoeing or walking on eggshells at home around this person, or them around you, because y'all are set off so easily by one another. It's just y'all are always just one I don't know, one sock in the floor away from like a total meltdown in the house all the time. Let's see what this was. The Woodward. Okay, so yeah, just like, you know, how he's all intimidating and he looks kind of mean. Like, he might be a provider. He looks like he knows how to provide, but like, he looks so mean and defensive. I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe you have to walk on eggshells around this person at the house. It's just like, it's always something. Like, and it's like, I feel like maybe this ain't funny, but I feel like maybe y'all look for stuff to fuss about with each other. Eight of Vessels. Okay, so there needs to be some sort of rebirth. And the only way you're going to get to this rebirth is if you get some type of closure on the situation. Take some, you know, some rest. Figure out how to do this the right way. And, you know, considering that person's feelings, considering, you know, everything else that y'all might have involved together. But getting the hell up out of there. Finishing that symphony. Just finish the symphony. Just get it over with. Rest. Leave. Walk away. That's pretty unhealthy. Okay. So, the Seven of Bows. Clearance. Yeah, cut this shit out. Cut it out. You see the axe? Cut it out. It's time to, you know, bring this to an end. It was fun while it lasted. Cut it out. Go ahead and you know, get ready to start over. Give yourself a second chance at, you know, something healthy. Because this ain't it. Not if all y'all are doing is fighting all the time. Okay, so the very first thing I'm looking at, decision. Imagine this is probably a tough one to make, especially if it's if this is somebody that you got a lot of history with. Because we all know how hard it is to end something with someone that, you know, you have such a connection, a bond, history with. Hell, this could be a relationship or honestly a work environment. This Woodward could just be a super shitty boss or something that's just always looking for something. Okay. Anywho. Eight of Stones. Skill. Yeah. Okay, so this is the work card. This is the card for work, for labor. So yeah, I feel like this is a work thing. Maybe this could be a work. It could still be a relationship thing, but I think this is more prominently a work thing. Okay, you got the King of Vessels, which would be the King of Cups. The Knight of Bows, the Fox. I'm not exactly sure what that means completely. I have to take a second and look at that. The Blasted Oak. Yet another tower. Another lesson learned. Maybe the lesson that this taught you is that this is not a job you want. Maybe it was, maybe it's a push. It's trying to give you a push in the right direction to get you. Maybe you've been at a stalemate with something, and this is a push to get you out of that stagnancy. So you can go to something better, something that is actually for you, because this ain't. The Page of Arrows, or the Wren. Little bitty bird. So maybe you don't really have a whole lot of experience in anything else. I feel like this is more so this was like you didn't mind just being a small part of a small thing. Like, I don't know. But I feel like this here, this blasted oak really gives me the feeling of the tower. I feel like this is like trying to make you get out of that, you know, people that have the opportunity to work somewhere where they'll make actual money or something, or something that's actually fulfilling, but they choose to go for the easier thing, and then they complain about it. There's issues all over, all the red flags in the world, and they're always complaining, but don't want to leave. With the tower, you're being forced out of something, forced out of a way of thinking, being forced out of a space in your life, being forced away from someone. I feel like that's what that is. It's forcing you away from just, you know, that stagnancy of just like, I don't care. I'm complacent with doing just this. Anywho. Okay. And the Seer. The Seer feels more like my High Priestess card, which is like, you know better. You definitely know better. Knew better. And if you know better, you do better. But I feel like that's probably where the tower come from. Because you're here in the stagnancy, but you know what you're doing. You know it's like, you know you're taking the easy way out of whatever this is. You know you got to make money, so you're just going to make it the easiest way you can with the minimal, you know, amount of labor or whatever. Okay. I feel like this King of Vessels, this King of Cups here is really more about like having to step lightly, going along with the Queen of Vessels. Slippery slope. I feel like this is, you know, having to step lightly, be gentle. Because you just don't know what's going to happen with this unpredictable ass person. I don't know if this is a romantic counterpart, or, you know, like I said, a boss or something. Stepping lightly, having to be kind of, you know, sneaky. That's not funny. That sounds like a really toxic situation. And if that's your story, then you're gonna have to get out of that, because that's not healthy. Okay, so Let's see what advice is in the oracle cards for you. What the oracle cards have to say. Wait a minute now. Well, I already saw them, so I think I need to take them. Just imagine. Okay. Okay. Fork in the road. Just had that one. A time for healing. Take time to breathe out. Rest. Don't let your past hold you back. All this before the tower. Get out of there. A personal issue reaches a resolution. What do you need to release? What do you need to release? This job, obviously. Obviously. Alright, so. Fork in the road. It's all about making decisions. All about choosing the best path for you. All about just deciding which is the best road to take. Which is just the better thing to do. Excuse me. Okay. Imagine. The Oracle's message. What do you want to be? What do you need to believe in order to have the life you want? You were gifted with the power to imagine. If you can dream it, you can create it. This is the time when your imagination is the key to manifesting the life you desire. Okay, closing out this chapter, you're trying to figure out what's your next move after this tower and all has happened. Yeah, the tower. Trying to figure out where your next move is. What's next? How to get to what it is that you want, like the end game. Spend time daydreaming. Fashioning a vision board to help you see your goals, or meditating. Allow the power of your creativity to deliver images of what feeds your soul. Then allow your feelings to mingle with your inspirations and imagine these things being real right now. Excuse me. What you imagine will become your belief, and soon you will see these things come to pass in the outer world as if by magic. Okay. Alright, y'all. Prosperity message. This is a powerful time to get clear on how you create your prosperity, how you make your money. Get clear on what you want out of your job. What it means to you to be prosperous, and what attributes your need to develop in yourself, and what attributes you need to develop yourself to make things happen. What do you need to be to live out your dreams? Can you imagine the kind of life you desire? Really imagine it without holding back the sheer force of your powers of creativity. If you can envision it, you can have it. Get ready, for prosperity is waiting for you to claim it now. Act as if your dreams will really come true. Okay. Alright. So, time for a nap. Rest. Go ahead and, it's time to, whatever this is, time to close the chapter out. But apparently it's something that you need to ponder. It's something that you need to just take time on, do it right. Do it the correct way. Consider all the factors involved, whether it's a relationship or whether it's a job or whatever. Consider all the factors involved. Excuse me. Weigh your options. But take time to really think about what it is you want to do. What it is you're trying to accomplish. What it is that will fulfill you in this. And get out of the shit that doesn't fulfill you. Seriously. If it's causing you, stress and aggravation, get out of it. It's not worth it. It's just not. But anyways. Yeah, that first reading really drained me. So I'm sorry for the lackluster in this one. I don't really feel like my intuition was super on point. That first one was just a doozy. But I'm gonna go reset my own energy. Good night.